Today is a good day.
That's a Wonder Liang, in case you didn't know, and the full clip is to come later in the video. Probably the best thing I've seen this entire March 2026. What's going on here? Well, it's a training match between Hikaru Nakamura, a Wonder Liang, in preparation for the candidates, and it wasn't just chess that they were training on. More info on that later. Let's first have a look at the opening move of this game. It was a modest knight push, but it soon turns into a Sicilian defense. This is the fourth rapid play game. They drew two classical games. This is the fourth and final. Hikaru's down 2-1. Then I'll let you know what happened in the blitz as well and bring you the final score here. Ouchie wouchie for Hikaru. Spank central. This was the thrusting central move here. Knight recaptures now. This knight galloping out to f6, knight c3, and if you go a6, we're in a Najdorf variation, but main line selected, and it allows a Richter-Rauser variation. I covered a line very similar to this just the other day, right? I'll link that at the end. Our good friend Cena Move Ahead played the game. It was just incredible. Algorithm buried it. Go and have a watch in case you missed it. This is the shaven Indian pawn structure. Very tricky word to say. Aggressive intentions on the horizon. We're transposing back into that Najdorf, and here we go. Fun chess on the way. Queen sacrifice even to come. No clue why black starts with this and not this as the main line, but this is how the game goes. All the enlightened Sicilian players can let me know in the comments, right? I really don't have a clue. If you want to learn openings, obviously use Lotus Chess. It'll help us all. This is very aggressive. A wonder roars. Now we see the bishop developing, and it's not every day you see a piece bathtub. That's special. Let's enjoy it. Always play king b1. Knight takes on d4 now. Queen recaptures here. And you could play bishop c6 with a really stable, steady game. This is the mainline stuff. But Hikaru's like, no. I haven't come here to make draws. I'm going pawn h6. I'm here to fight. This is real chess training for the candidates, and it's not just chess training that they're doing. He's training in every respect. I mean, they were doing mortal hand-to-hand combat. He was playing hide and seek in Fabi's throw. Change a fake baby. We had chess tennis, a staring competition, counting, and this one of my favourites. They just called it blocks. He's really leaving no stone unturned. We love to see it. Now this bishop takes, and bishop recaptures, sacrifices a pawn. Now the follow-up seems to be bishop takes. This wasn't played. We're in the back cave here. And then bishop c6 is main move. Although who wants to play this? Just a miserable endgame where you're clearly worse. Yes, the pawns are doubled, but it's still an extra pawn. So I do wonder if instead of bishop c6, here Hikaru would have maybe looked at rook c8, going for the pawn, trying to drum up some kind of attack, and it can get a bit more weird. With the king exposed, pawns doubled, queen and rook still on the board, just don't see why you'd want to swap them after giving up a pawn. Anyway, none of this played. A wonder plays the best move, which is pawn e5. So these top grandmothers know that apparently that line's not as strong for white as this one is. This is how things proceeded. Finally, all the bits out here. Bishop c6 is on the board. And in response, queen g4. So it covers a pawn, attacks a pawn, and this is where the game goes absolutely nuts. Hikaru saw this from afar, invited it, castles into it, and bang! Black's getting absolutely fossilized. This was the game here. Hikaru sacrifices his queen, and this is where it gets truly exciting. Queen e2's on the board. Again, you can go for a drawing kind of line with bishop b4. Rooks leave the board. Pawns doubled, and this is a fortress. You can just wait around. d5, d7. Put the pawns somewhere like this. Hover with the king. White can never actually break through. but Hikaru didn't do it. He lifts that rook to d4. We do see an exchange of rooks now. Pawn g3, stepping away from the attack. Not the best. Technically queen f2 was. Hit the rook, hit this pawn. Okay, it gets weird. White does emerge a bit better. Although after rook d8, you can't immediately take the f-pawn. There are some back rank problems. Let's not get too deep. This pawn was saved. Now we see king g8 covering that sensitive point, and a3 gives a bit of luft, covers a dark square. So the bishop rotates around like this. Queen pressures the rook. This is technically the best, but okay, it's rapid chess, human chess. Hikaru instead plays rook d7. Now it's not the strongest. It allows white to start attacking, potentially, but not played. This was on the board. Also a good move. Do you want to give up your legendary bishop bear? I wonder says no thank you. Bishop c7 selected instead, and now the seahorse is spawned. Apparently dropping back was best and pushing pawns. Not easy to spot this stuff. This is very natural to go for the rook. We see check, king a2. You could check, but not played. This was on the board. Pin and win, baby, as they say. So the queen drops back and hits the rook. Important tempo, of course, because now when the rook saves itself, you've got time to save the pony. It does so by retreating backwards, also covering here, but it walks into another kind of pin. This is where these bishops work so well together. Laser beams, giving the compensation for the lady. And we get this variation where Hikaru gives one of them up, but in exchange he wins a pawn here, and he's saying, okay, yes, you've got the queen. Yes, my king could become exposed one day, but right now I'm a pawn ahead. I've got outposts for my rooks and for my bishop. But hang on a minute. We back it up. This is a big blunder from Hikaru. What should he do? Keep that rook on the 5th. d5, c5. He plays this hugely ambitious move. Queen c8 check is actually best to go for this pawn. Missed. This was played instead. Hikaru's holding on by the skin of his teeth here, but the game's now become pretty wild because he's not just hovering this rook along the 5th. He's gone for more ambitious play. Now there are different pawn push ideas for white. The king's marching in. Yes, Hikaru's still okay, especially when you run it with the engine, but he keeps taking the wrong step. This was actually the best move. And now if you push through the center, there's this, and you can bounce the bishop round. And everything's coordinating really nicely. The right angle triangle, as Hikaru would call it. Black's absolutely fine. But after this, and this, and this, and this excellent move, king b5, pressuring the pawn, everything's now different. Because you can't bounce the bishop to f6. It's not on d8. You can't just do this. Now this is actually the best move, but you have to realise that this is okay. Looks like you're dead in the water. The rook can't get back around or anything, but the winning move for black is rook takes on b2 check, and the king can't step to the a file. So therefore, you have to step to the c file and you lose your queen. So that's the problem with after bishop d8, going queen c8. So instead, white would have to play b4, game rumbles on. Excuse me. But bishop d6 was played by Hikaru. Really natural move, but now the pawn is legit dropping off the board, and with it the queenside pawns are rumbling, which is why Hikaru has to go for the counterplay. What's the punch he finds through the center? Pawn d4. And the point is, yes, you give a pawn, but you open the 5th. You can soon check the king. First the bishop goes, apparently not most precise. An immediate takes was best, but it's difficult. He's low on time. Under a minute now. Finally we see the check. King c4. Bishop takes on g3 now. This isn't the most precise, but still, white is hugely in the driver's seat here. So much pressure on that weakened pawn. Queen takes. You couldn't defend it. Hikaru's only hope now is running his own pawns in counterplay. Check is played, and the king should step to h7. We're going to see why soon. It steps up to g7 here, and before you can say...
Very excited by the snack selection today. It's a little crostini. I have some cream cheese, smoked salmon, capers, and a little bit of red onion. I don't know if you can see. I've already ate 8 of these so far, and we're only 10 minutes into the round. Yeah, just fantastic, as you can see. Because the red onion just provides a little bit of that acidity, really balances out the fattiness. Yeah, I've just been trying to grind up, trying to get to the point where we can have this every single round, and I can just eat about 15 to 35 of these a day. And yeah, we haven't quite gotten there yet, but I'm very glad to see that they've brought it back, and so today is a good day.
Yes, it was quite a long clip, but I did enjoy that one. These pawns are now running. Hikaru's got to go for the counterplay. Let's see how it played out. The queen wasn't blundered. They're the top players in the world. Bishop f2. You have to now give it up for a pawn. And white still got one. This is the big problem. And this is the second problem. Because the king's on g7, you can check like this. And after a block or a step away, now you've got time to roll over. And you stop the pawn from queening. Rook f2 was played. You don't even have to go king b3, but played. B pawn can now run, and you just can't stop it all. This is a nice switcheroo. Cuts the black king, still covers the pawn. B pawn's running. Hikaru's got nothing. Here he resigns the game. 58 moves. Awanda Liang, let's check out this point here. Drew both the classical like said. He won the rapid 3-1 there. What a spanking. And then it was 2-2 in the blitz. Now, to be fair to Hikaru, if you check out his recap, he did have some drawing moments here. He was playing aggressively. He's using it as a training match. But still, great performance by Awanda. It's a wonder that he's not in the candidates himself. Okay, that doesn't quite make sense. But anyway, candidates coming in the next week. We're looking forward to it. Do smash subscribe if you're loving these recaps. Really appreciate it. And have a look at the video on screen in case you missed that incredible Cena move ahead game. What a phenomenal talent he is. Thanks a lot and see you soon. Cheers.